Business Studies Communication Part 2. We took Part 1, where I explained to you what communication is, process of communication. Today we are looking at two objectives. Why is communication important to business? And we're going to identify service provided by telecommunication agencies. Now, the first one is importance of communication in business. Why is communication very important in business? Remember, among the eights that aids trade, communication is one of the eights that aids trade, that facilitates trading, that make business possible. Now, why do we need communication in business? I'm going to talk about 7 areas. Number 1 is that it helps facilitate exchange of information and knowledge. It helps facilitate information and knowledge and develop relationships. If in a business they build relationship and there is something new to learn, they have to communicate it to the staffs. They have to communicate it to those who are involved in the business. And then knowledge is imparted via communication. And better relationship is built because it will facilitate the process of doing business. That is one aspect that makes communication important. Helps in disseminating knowledge, helps in giving out information to those who need it. It improves employee engagement. The employee and the employer need to communicate to understand themselves and to get to their goals. So the employer needs to communicate with the employee and the employee needs to communicate with the employer so that they can engage and then reach the goal, the objective of which they have set on the onset of the business. Now it improves customer satisfaction. Feedback is gotten from the customers via communication. Without communication, the producer will not know what the consumer needs, and the consumer will not be able to give feedback on where they want adjustment to be made on products or how they can compete effectively with their competitors. Communication gets to the final consumers and give message back to producers to know what to do. Then we have help for effective marketing. It is via communication that leads to advertising of products, and it leads to a higher marketing of products. Because if you don't communicate, how do you market your products? So communication helps in marketing products to the general public. It helps for free workflow. By the time you communicate, you know the process. Every office have their normal office routine job, and communication makes it possible for this flow of work to be done. If there is no communication, flow of work will be distorted because you have to interact to know what and what to do. Alright? Then we have public relations. Communication makes it possible for the public to relate with business owners and for business owners to relate with the public. To create awareness requires public relations. To talk to the public requires public relation. So communication makes it possible. If there is no communication, this is not possible. Then we have media or social media relation. Communication makes it possible for us to put out business activities on social media or on the media, like we have the television, the radio, the internet. It is communication that makes it possible. So people get to know about your product in different avenues or in different social media platforms or in different media houses. So when you communicate with the public, your products, your business services, whatever you are out there doing that you need the public to know, they will know. So communication is the life wire of a business. It is one of the life wire of a business. Without communication, business cannot be carried out effectively. And without communication, business will die. So we see 7 reasons. The list is not exhausted. We have many reasons. Tell me below the comment box any reason you think that a business needs communication to flourish well. We have discussed 7. and we still have others. Go and read about others. Tell me below the comment box. Suggest your points there. And so we go to our second objective, identify service provided by communication agency. So we have different services provided by communication agency, like we have post and telegraph service, we have telephone services, internet services, courier services. Okay, under post and telegraph services, we have post, like you have a night post, we have a Nitel, that we can send our letters, our parcels, and it gets to us. The post office handles that. Then for telegraphic services, like you have in telephone or telegraph services, they offer services that sends information to the other party on the other end. We have telephone services. We have agencies that carries out telephone services, like we have in the wire landline telephone service providers. We have the mobile network service provider. This then you have the internet providers under telephone services, because you can use your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your Hangouts to do one-on-one communication. You can hear the individual, you talk to the individual via that means. So these telephone services can be in form of landline, it can be in form of mobile services, like you have your telephone. They offer such, and even the internet services offer telephone services. Such way we communicate with our customers on our business processes. Remember, we are talking about services provided by communication agencies. Then we'll have internet services. Under the internet services, they provide electronic mail, they provide World Wide Web, they provide file transfer protocol, we have chat room, we have mailing list, we have instant message chat, and we'll have the group message like you have on WhatsApp, you have on Facebook, you have the chat room, you have your Zoom meeting. All these apps are given by the internet service provider, email services, so we can communicate effectively.